What's the beauty?
Oh, bang, he gets nailed by Takiri. Lovely rugby there from Korea.
What a tremendous effort.
He'll just put his head down. Over he
goes. Both the Japanese men and women were clinical throughout the first leg of the 2019 Asia Rugby 7 Series in Korea. With wins over Hong Kong and China respectively, Japan are looking to maximise on one of their few remaining competitive pre-Olympic opportunities.
アジアシリーズ3大会あって、1回目の大会優勝できたんですけど、この男女ともにこのオリンピック予選と思ってやっているので、この3大会しっかりアベック優勝を3回して、オリンピックに向けて頑張っていきたいと思っています。
While Japan is safely through to Tokyo 2020 as hosts, the rest of the men's and women's fields are clamouring for a single remaining spot in each competition. On the women's side, China performed as expected, cruising past Hong Kong in the semi-final before losing to Japan in the tournament decider.
We learnt a lot in Korea. It was our first tournament for, I think, close to 2.5 months. We hadn't played a lot of rugby as part of our plan, so for our girls it was about getting their bodies right and their skill level right and their mental right, more so than the actual game. And we kind of eased back a little bit just to say, okay, go and explore, go and learn, go and try some things, and we did that.
As the Asia Rugby 7 Series moves to China for the second leg, the hosts will be working to maintain a noticeable gap that currently exists between them and their two nearest chasers, Kazakhstan and Hong Kong, as they hunt for that one available Olympic place.
新鲜血液，然后加入我们的这个团队，然后每站比赛都会有不同的队员加入，所以我们就是在慢慢成长，还在成长过程中。
While China's women delivered on pre-tournament expectations, China's men flexed and fought its way to a top 3 finish in Korea.
That man is probably the hardest man playing in this tournament.
It's been 10 years since China last won an Asian Series event, doing so on home soil in Shanghai. But in the semi-finals, China held a 7-0 half-time lead over Hong Kong before succumbing, and then roared back in the 3rd, 4th place playoff to stun Korea.
Heads for the corner, Jan can't get him. He goes over, and that's a clutch performance there.
We were aiming for top 4 last week. We've had a long preparation leading into last week, so we were happy with last week's results. It's been a little bit of a different preparation, the half of this tournament, the past couple of weeks. So, we're still aiming for top 4, but we've got to get past the Philippines first. That's our first game, and my approach is always, I know it's cliche, but we take it one game at a time.
This week in Huizhou, just east of Guangdong Province's capital, Guangzhou, the China men's squad will be looking to consolidate its impressive performance in Korea with another top 3 finish in front of its home fans.
我感觉现在我们正在慢慢变得强壮，跟其他队伍的差距也在慢慢变得越小。我觉得在11月份，我们有很大的希望可以冲击奥运会的资格赛。
As the Asia Rugby 7 Series moves to Huizhou, China's task will be to keep perspective. With places in the World Series qualifiers on offer, as well as separate Olympic qualifying tournaments in November, the goal will be to stay in the present. On the men's side of the draw, Chinese Taipei once again failed to win any of its 3 pool matches, but doubled its try tally and halved its points against total versus Leg 1. Meanwhile, Korea struggled, heavily losing to both Japan and Sri Lanka before eking out a 12-7 win against Chinese Taipei. Sri Lanka got itself back into the semi-finals with a convincing 28-5 win over Korea, but it was Japan who waltzed through the pool, scoring 116 points and giving up 0 tries in defence. Korea entered the series with high hopes of Olympic qualification come November, but after 2 events has struggled mightily to find its previous form. In Pool B, the Philippines were coming off a decent showing in the first leg, but had 2 narrow losses on day 1, relegating them to the bottom of the group. Courtesy of a 7th place finish in Korea, UAE flip-flopped opponents for the China leg and earned a hard-fought scalp versus the Philippines 21-17. China struggled in its first match against the Philippines, holding on 21-15 before cruising against UAE to once again earn a semi-final berth. And Hong Kong took care of business in the preliminary action, winning all 3 matches while giving up just 2 tries against. While the extreme heat may have wreaked havoc on Korea, both Hong Kong and China went through to the semis as expected. The women's Pool A grouping was by far the most exciting of the series. Singapore once again struggled to get out of its own half, including in a match it hoped it might have a chance to win against Thailand. But the Thais won that one 33-0 and then shocked Kazakhstan with a frantic display of defence and just enough scoring to come out on top. But Kazakhstan pulled off a shock of its own, rebounding against League One champions Japan to put themselves back in the running for a semi-final spot. Japan took care of business first thing on day 2, thumping Thailand 27-0 and providing enough cushion for Kazakhstan to steal into second spot. So heartbreak for Thailand as they are relegated to 3rd position due to points differential. Pool B had little of the intrigue that made up the intensity of its counterparts in Pool A, but Sri Lanka took a step back from its League One showing, losing all 3 pool matches. Malaysia, newly promoted to the Asia Rugby 7 Series for 2019, are quickly adjusting to the higher standard and were responsible for Sri Lanka's setback. Hong Kong performed as expected, with comfortable wins over Malaysia and Sri Lanka, and China was untouchable, rolling to a 147-0 points differential over its 3 matches. So the women's semi-finals feature the same 4 sides that qualified in League One.
橄榄球亚洲系列赛只是我们办赛的一个起点，我们将创造条件，履行更多的国际业务，办好更多的比赛，来满足我们中国橄榄球爱好者的需求，然后来让我们橄榄球的爱好者享受这种橄榄球的饕餮盛宴。
Kazakhstan were fortunate to make it through the pool stages, turning in a gem of a performance against Japan. Can they replicate that feat against the hosts for a spot in the final?
Nurmatova again, looks like the communication's not working. Wang Wanru's on the outside. Wang Wanyu's going to go all the way. Tkachiova can't take her. And from a mistake, China pounce. Here's Kushibaeva, their inspirational captain. Askarova has to take a high one. And look, getting on the ball there is Liu Yang, and she's won the ball. Good alert work. Liu Liping to her skipper Yan Meiling. Here's Chen Kei. Hasn't been able to break free in this leg. And here's the damage doer, and she's off again. Wang Wanyu. She's going to go in for try number 2. And she's up there with Honoka Susumi from Japan, leading the way with tries. Put that down, though, to the work of Chen Kei. Try number 2, China.
Go.
Nurmatova.
Great tackle.
Another good line break. Skipper Kushibaeva looking for Tkachiova. She's on the outside. Coming across as Chen. Can Chen cut her off at the corner? She does well, but she steps off the right, puts the brakes on, and that's a great finish to the first half by Daria Tkachiova. Can they muscle over here from close? Yakovleva gets in there. Look at this from close out. Askarova, 1 metre short, the powerful player, and Holding
That's
on.
Brilliant defence by China. They got every right to let them have it, almost leak another try, but my word. Look at that play as well. That's sensational. That is sensational from China.
We're going to go coast to coast with a player down injured. Getting around the outside is Yuli Ping, and they soaked up immense pressure there. And Kazakhstan threw the old kitchen sink at them. They soaked it up. Numatova's off, so who will step up here? Korshibayeva on a run there that would have taken her under the post, but China not falling for it. This is good from Kazakhstan. They're getting on the front foot again. Here's Proskorina. Korshibayeva under pressure. Oh, beautiful stuff. Abisheva to Kachiova. Is she going to finish this in the corner? Yes, she is. That's outstanding play by Kazakhstan.
We're a squad that's learning. Ideally we love the Asian series. We love being at home and playing in front of fans and family and those sorts of things. But I think the reality for us is just it's gearing us up and preparing us for November, for the qualification for the Olympics.
With extremely hot conditions affecting play, can Hong Kong come up with a game plan to take out Japan in the second semi-final?
Here's Hirano dancing around, looking for something to happen. Kurogi, Nakamura. Here goes Susumi. That's a bit scruffy, but it bounces up to Otake. Olsen Thorne senses a jackal, can't get it. Bativa Kololo steps inside easily, pops it up to Okaroda. And just 40 seconds into this game, Japan have found the space. Here goes Chong Kayen, sees there's no sweeper, but Susumi definitely got enough gas to get back onto that. Quick, smart. Gives it to her buddy, Yumi Hirano. Okaroda on a short ball. Nice, quick hands there. Eden gives chase. Oh, look. Honoka Susumi has just skinned Eden there. She comes back at her, though. She's got some wheels, but she's not going to catch Susumi. It's a good chase. But the little gem, the smile is back. Here's Hirano, they're getting on the front foot. Okaroda willing to take it back a couple to get some players behind her. Coming out of the line quick was Nam Kar-man. She had to make the tackle, she didn't. And here's someone else sitting on 9 tries for the tournament. It's Kurogi. She's come from nowhere to be up there with Susumi. Now look at the numbers here. They're going to make some space for Bativa Kololo. And ruthlessly done by Japan. Poon, here she goes, trying to get involved, takes it forward to the line. Olsen Thorne, one to beat, she can finish from here. Great tackle from Susumi, good support on her shoulder from Nam Kar-man, and that's a superb bit of work from Hong Kong. Another try here would really set things alight. Shamwai Sum. Bativa Kololo tries to get on her. Olsen Thorne, can she drive from here? She's got the power. Tries to reach out. She's on the line. Double movement. Is he giving it? Yes, he's given it. Olsen Thorne, she is unstoppable from there. And we've got a game on here, Jeremy. Hirano to Nakamura. She'll step up now, surely. Even she's thrown a loose one out the back. Hong Kong sensing something here. Bativa Kololo. Can she get through a gap there? There wasn't nothing on, and Susumi's going to get away. And you take your eyes off one of them, someone else will inject themselves. Okaroda, Susumi's after this. Poon's trying to get back. And Bachung does the job for Hong Kong.
How did Susumi do that?
Well, is there anything she can't do? The diminutive Honoka Susumi. Kagawa now with a carry. Time ticking down. Ito out to Nakamura. She's a little bit off in this game, Nakamura. And it opens up for Suzuki. She can't believe her luck. No fend, step or shimmy required.
まず先ほどの試合で、試合の入りはすごく良くてプレーヤーもしっかりやってくれたんですけど、試合の真ん中あたりでやっぱりプレーの質が落ちるところがあったので次改善したいなと思います。ただ勝てたことは良かったと思います。
Sri Lanka missed out on the semis in Korea, but have looked much better here. Good enough to beat Hong Kong?
Jason on the ground, Coverdale's over the top, strong. He's going to win the penalty surely, and that's great work from Michael Coverdale. Off they go. Kadu Lee looks for McQueen, wraps around, gets it back. Lee looks for Neville. Hong Kong with their first touch of the ball. Neville to Rafe Morrison, and what a finish from Morrison. They soaked up 20-30 phases, and they've put on the first try of this Cup semi-final. Webb now looks for runners. Max Woodward tries to straighten. Morrison tries to skip out of one. Coverdale's there. Hat-trick in his previous game. He's right on the line. And Morrison's over the top for try number 3. He just cannot stay away from the ball. Can they work it wide now? Kadu Lee with a bit of one-on-one here. He decides to hold the ball up for Neville, who dances out of one. He tries to get the arms free to free up Woodward. Gets thumped to the ground. Can they bend them back the other way? McQueen and Coverdale and Morrison, the forwards. He's going to go in for his third. Unbelievable. Rafe Morrison. And look at the exhaustion. McQueen hears off and gets one around the chops from Kevin Dixon. The arm is out. It's a free ball here. And will they come back to a yellow? Not sure. Coverdale, he's hungry, isn't he? Look at that on the inside to Webb, and he gets pushed over from behind by Irashan Silva. And just like that, look at his split. Ben Rimini's on in 6 also. Look at this, McQueen. Lee Jones is on. Paul John has run the whole bench almost, and Webb goes in for a quick second. That is absolutely ruthless from Hong Kong. Yu goes over the top. He could have won that. Yeah, he's on his feet. So a very brief advantage. Yu Kam Shing now. Is there some pace in those old legs? Rimini. There's some very old legs out there, aren't they? Here's some young legs. Russ Webb looks inside for Yu Kam Shing. The passes are sticking. Lee Jones is on the inside. Unselfishly done. The former teammates at Valley.
We're happy to reach the final, but last tournament we didn't quite get the result we wanted, so hopefully we go one better and pip whoever we play in the final.
It's been 4 years since the China men's team has reached an Asian Series final. Can they do it once again on home soil?
Liu Jinkui wants to get onto it, this big 40. He gets absolutely smoked by Soachima, who gets up, gives a bit of daylight, and gets busy on the ball. That's a terrific defensive effort from Soachima. Luckily for China, he was a couple inches off the spot with the quick take. Trying to work something down this very short side. To ground goes Kuwazuru. To Loki now running hard and running straight. They do well to tackle him early because he's got big, powerful thighs, and he gets up and goes and bangs it down next to the post.
Try. Yeah.
Ma gets back on it. He looks very keen, doesn't he? Here goes Jiao Bowei. Round the corner from Ma. Can he get the pass back from Yi Ji Wen? Good counter-rucking coming in. Here's Big Gao. If you can lurch at the line, the big man gets free. And over he goes, 6'8" of him. Bangs it down.
Japan at the moment, maybe just a half beat off. And certainly not running on song. And China, as the clock ticks on, seems to be getting stronger and stronger.
Here goes Yi Ji Wen. He's going to take it to the posts. Looks at the wrist to check, and the arm goes up, and they've just cut them down the middle.
Set. Give him space, 9.
They have to win this ball back. They do it. There's a minute to go. Can they score another one here? Put it beyond doubt. This is Liu Jinkul. Japan now, they're going to get ultra busy. Toloki's off his feet. Motomura comes around, tries to spoil it.
Oh, great run.
This is Gao Yinhao, tries to beat Takiri. There's the hooter. They just have to kick it out. They're going to the big dance, everybody. China have absolutely stunned Japan here. The heavyweights of Asian rugby going down to an inspired China.
As I've said all along, our goal is top 4. We hit that goal by being able to play in this game, so that takes the pressure off. The pressure was on Japan there. They were expected to win, so that was probably a big factor in it. We were nice and relaxed, and we were just ready to play.
There's no excuse. We let ourselves down. Simple mistakes, and I think we probably didn't stick to our game plan. And we'll give credit to HDU. China came up strong, and they proved it because they wanted more. So it was a tough game, close game. But like I said, no excuse, and all credit to China. They deserve the win.
Kazakhstan has been up and down throughout the series. Can they rise to the occasion versus Hong Kong in the 3rd and 4th place playoff?
Natasha Olsen-Thorn, this is where she'll just put her head down and they won't stop her from there. An absolute classic from the skipper. Right up against their try line. What's going on here? That could be a try. And it is a try, a brave call from the assistants. She tries to go, leaves the ball behind. She looks up. She's beaten Olsen-Thorn. She's got some gas, this woman. Nam's doing well to chase her. I think she's going to pull her down. Goes around the ball. Good technique. Pops it up off the ground. And Korshibayeva, the skipper, has got try number 2. Back to Bayeva, Yakovleva. She gets it on the outside to Diana Abisheva, and they go in for try number 3. If Eden gets a little bit of space, she could get on the outside here. She does. Jessica Eden with a very rare opportunity this weekend to get on the outside. She skins Abisheva, the try scorer, and the youngster. A minute remaining. Converted try required. Chong goes in high. They win another penalty. Who's it going to be? Who's going to stand up for Hong Kong? Will it be Melody Lee? Jessica Ho, there it is. Bring it round, Hong Kong. Bring it all the way around. Chong goes in for try number 3. And straight away, she didn't like the look of it.
Үлкен алғыс айтқым келеді. Бұл жарыс біз үшін өте ыстық, бізге онша ұнамайтын елде өтті. Бірақ біздің қыздарымызға үлкен алғыс білдіргім келеді. Осы ойында өз күшімізді жеңіске талпынғанымызды көрсеткендер үшін үйде қалған өзіміздің командадағы қыздарға үлкен рахмет айтқым келеді. Бізге сәттілік тілеп, әр ойында көмектескен үшін біздің қателерімізді түзелеп, көмек берген үшін үлкен алғыс білдіремін.
Japan in unfamiliar territory as they take on Sri Lanka for 3rd place.
So Ajima, Kano, good work from the little Sparky. He's got something going here. He's taken it on himself to confront the Sri Lankan defence line. He gets them underway. Kano. Taloki, he's just delivering at the moment. The big man really not throwing himself at the green line there yet. Short ball to Fujita from Kano. And so difficult to defend. The quick tap. And look at Japan just ghosting right through here and unselfishly passing under the post. Yoshizawa pops it up to Kano, the leading point scorer.
Set.
Here goes Yoshizawa with the fresh legs. They're going to finish with a final try, are they? Yes, they are. Underlining this effort, Chihito Matsui, 9th try of the series. I believe that puts him at the top of the ladder.
We're looking forward to improve on our mistakes this weekend, and like we said, we want to win the series, and it's going to be a close and a tough competition since Hong Kong is right behind us, and if they're going to qualify or they reach the final, I think they're going to take the series. So yeah, with that in mind, we'll go back and come back strongly.
An auspicious schedule of 40 matches over 2 days has come down to the last two. First up in the women's final, China takes on reigning series champs, Japan.
Yu Yang, they're very deep. They can do the big wide passes. Rodden's got the arm out. And this is ferocious from both sides, really tearing into each other here. Gu Yao Yao with the ball here. Calm it down, says Rodden. This is Yang Feifei. Something's cooking. Right on the line, Liu Yang. She reaches out, the crowd loves it, and we're underway here. Well, the result was Japan 19, China 5 2 weeks ago in Korea. Leg one. Look at this though, China, they're a different team on their home soil. Here goes Wang. She's full of running. She bangs off the right. Nakamura's beaten. Hirano's beaten. Otaki's beaten. And what a weekend she's having. Wan Yun, that's a great individual effort. Okaroda's done well there. She got right under that, gave everybody a shot. Hirano to Okaroda. She's got Susumi outside it. She knows, Rook Okaroda, the experience of the old hand. There was no gap there, surely. She's made one. And that's the experience, and that's what they needed. Yang Feifei on a mazy run, calls in Yu Shanjian, and she goes hard at the Japanese defence. They pull her down on the 22. Yan Meiling's there as always. Good work from Okaroda. She's having a big game for Japan. Chen Kei-yi, she knows her way to the try line. 6 in Korea. Gets taken down low. Yu Li Ping now fires it away. Here goes Wang. Will they run this one down the side? Yes, it's Su Chi. They found the space up against 6 players. Nakamura back to Hirano. They do look harried. Over the top to Otake. Otake gets away. Can she bring it round to the posts? This is a big moment in the game. Oh, she gets collected by Wang, but she brings it as close as possible, closes the gap to 5. Japan, they're never out. Look at this! Right on the hooter, Japan, are they going to steal it? She was in the bin! But Tiva Kololo has gone over! And I don't believe it. She's brought it level.
Yumi Harano lined up the conversion that would have given Japan a miraculous win in regulation. But a poor effort sent the match into extra time, where the first team to score would be declared winners.
Chen, she's put that nicely up, goes Nakamura, takes that down. They get onto her. Now who is going to go the distance here? Bativa Kololo, well, she looks properly amped up. Susumi. She slips out of the tackle. She's got wheels. Those little short legs of hers. And the big, faster players of China can't catch Honoka Susumi. That is simply unbelievable by Japan. And the diminutive Honoka Susumi.
勝てたことはすごく良かったと思います。ファーストハーフすごく苦戦したんですけど、後半にしっかりシンビンが出る厳しい中、盛り返せたのは良かったなと思います。ただ本当に直さなきゃいけない点多々あるので、もっともっと、インプルーブして 次の最後のトーナメントに臨みたいと思います。最後に、カザフスタン、中国、すごくいいライバルがいてとても幸せに思うので、みんなでもっとブラッシュアップしていきたいなと思います。
So Japan retains its place atop the series points table by the slimmest of margins. So the ultimate match is an all-China affair between Hong Kong and the hosts, making its first appearance in a final since Qingdao in 2015, where China lost to eventual champions Japan.
Woodward to Gaduli. Here's Rafe Morrison. He's got an eye for a gap. He's a deceptive runner. Into the half now of China. Morrison to Woodward. Coverdale up to the 22, and they're just easily making their way downfield. There could be a numbers here. McQueen up against Shan. This will be interesting. He gets some help from Wu Jiejun. Morrison's all over the place early, and look at that from Jack Neville. What a line. And slick and seamless down the field for the first 5-pointer. Under 2 minutes left in this first half. And Shan here, he's a tricky customer. He's up to halfway. Kaduli sensed a chance there to swoop in. Shut down by Wu. This is tough stuff by China.
They need someone in the pocket back here, Hong Kong.
Here we go, and it's Shan Chang Shun. Eventually, the weight of possession, and they do puncture the Hong Kong line and go under the post, and well, it's all on here at the Olympic Stadium. The restart not going the 10 from Shan, and it's 7-all here. Final moments of this first half. Hong Kong look like they're going to do it. Woodward gets back to his feet. Coverdale, Webb. He gets on the outside almost of Han. He gets away, pops it up to Alex McQueen. Alex McQueen, Luluda sinks him down. And the wily old veteran Alex McQueen away by Liu Jinkul. There's a 3-on-1 set. Brian's got to take down Big Gal. He's got to catch him first. That's a good run from the big tall man. And Seth Bryan desperately trying to win that ball, and he can't. Goodness me, the gas there from Gao Bing. He can move for a big man. Hang on.
Oh, hey, easy, Tiger.
It's going to be tough now for China, trailing by 7, 6 on the field. Morrison's been solid in the line out. Hood now just really steps on the hammer there, tries to get you on the outside of Shan, thinks twice about it. Hood's been interfered with in back plate. That might have gone the other way. Mahjong now, what can he inspire? They've got to go 70 metres into the final minute. Look at this from Lu Luda. Can he shrug off Kadu Lee, who comes at him, takes the big man down. Smaller man has done very well there.
There might have been a match winner from Kadu Lee there.
Crowd got excited there for a moment. Ben Rimini, then he's just going to kick this out. China, unexpected cup finalists. They have gone down at home here to Hong Kong, 14 points to 7.
China, they've got some really, really good ball carriers. They have a go. They spoil our ball at the breakdown. It's really tough to play, and we struggle to get into any sort of rhythm. And for us, it was just about putting them under a bit of pressure and working hard in D, and then, you know, like we said, ground it out in the end.
Hong Kong hangs on by a thread and prevents a three-way logjam at the top of the table. But that scenario still exists as we move to Sri Lanka for the third and final event of the 2019 series. Olympic qualifying rankings and World Series qualifying places are still up for grabs. With so much still left to decide, be sure and join us for what has turned out to be one of the most competitive years ever on the Asia Rugby 7 Series. On behalf of our entire team, it's time to go. From Huizhou.
See you in Colombo.